Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Mudrunner, and we are looking at American Wilds, the brand new DLC expansion that has just come out for this game. This is a paid expansion. It costs £7.99 here in the UK. If you're looking for a euro price, it's $9.99, and in dollars, it's $9.99 as well. Other prices will vary depending on your store and region that you're buying from. Now, this DLC adds in two brand new sandbox maps inspired by Montana and North Dakota. Some new challenges to take on, and some more importantly, some more vehicles as well, based on some of the most iconic sort of vehicles in the US. We have new brands from Ford, Chevy, Western Star. There's some really nice little vehicles to mess around with in here. So let's take a quick look and see what we actually get. First off, in challenges, we have a couple of brand new challenges here. We have the Freight EX and the Crane Operator challenge as well. These are brand new for the expansion. And then into single player, which is where everyone's going to spend most of their time. We have two new maps here. So first off, we have Grizzly Creek, which is a very interesting little map. I've had a quick look at this one already. And then we have Mount Logmore, which I haven't had a look at yet. We're going to take a look at Grizzly Creek first of all. We're going to be starting a new hardcore game on this. And these are the new vehicles that we are given to start this map. We have the Chevy Bison and the Chevy Blazer. So in terms of the vehicles that are available here, these are the 9 new vehicles that we get. We get the Chevy K5 Blazer, the Ford F-150, quite an old school looking Ford F-150 here, the Hummer H1. We also have the Ford LTL 9000, the Freightliner FLD 120, the Chevy Bison, the Western Star 6900 XD, the K8400 Skidder, and the K9000 Forwarder as well. These two in particular look very meaty indeed. I have had a quick play with the Skidder, and that's quite a lot of fun. Haven't had a chance to get my hands on the Forwarder yet though. These are the two vehicles that we start with on this particular map, the Blazer and the Bison. Now you'll notice that the Bison, as well as the Ford LTL 9000 and the Freightliner, they all have little exclamation points in them, and that is because these vehicles are not suited for off-roading. So with the new maps, what we tend to have is like a concreted road that kind of runs a ring around the edge of the map, and that's essentially where these trucks are going to be at home, hauling, garage points and fuel trucks, repair trucks, maybe log trucks if you wanted to carry your logs to the road and then load them onto a truck to run them off to a log point that way. That's a potential option for you. The Western Star is your more utility truck here, as you can see, because it's going to cost you 3 balance points, but this is suitable for off-road use. And then you've got your kind of more specialised vehicles here with the Skidder and the Forwarder, and then we've got 3 one-star vehicles here. So these are kind of like your scout vehicles to go out and explore and have a look around. We're going to stick to the default equipment that it gives us for this map here, so the Chevy Bison and the Chevy Blazer. I'm going to start a new game in hardcore here. So as with the Ridge free DLC that we got a little while back, with this one, what we have to do is scavenge logs. We can't go up to log kiosks and just order logs. We have to go out and find them from scavenge points dotted around the map, and this is our map. So you can see here we have this sort of concreted area to start with around here, and then a concreted road that runs all the way around the sort of border, follows around here, loops back around here, and then kind of comes down this side over here, and then back around over here. And there we go. We do have this kind of strange visual texture just here. Now that, I was a little concerned as to what that actually meant when I got this opened up the first time, but that's actually a bridge. I'm not quite sure why it has that kind of weird distorted look on it, but there's actually a bridge that goes across over there. I don't know if it's trying to signify something. Not sure what that's supposed to try and indicate, but that is actually a bridge over the river there. And there is another one somewhere about here as well. A bridge that goes over the river. And again, I think that has a kind of a strange look to it. And then we have this nice kind of swampy marshland area through here. This is where the majority of the scavenge points are located. So you can see here we've got one here that's definitely empty, one here with 3 medium logs, and then our other scavenge points here, unexplored at the moment. We'll need to kind of drive up to those and have a look at them. And then we have a watch point there, one in the corner, one there, one there. So not much in the way of watch points, and they don't tend to reveal too much apart from the road itself. This one is the important one because that's the one that shows off where these scavenge points are exactly, and kind of shows off all these little side roads around here. These ones here, they're not that important. You can just kind of ignore those ones if you want to. The fuel station there is on the main road, and there's another one there that again is on the main road. And you can see that we also have some extra vehicles that are locked away for us. There's actually quite a few vehicles on this. We've got a Ford F-150, which is something I'm looking forward to getting my hands on. We have a K8400 skidder just over there, and there will be other vehicles that will be locked away. We can see there's a Western Star over there as well. I'm pretty sure that we might get something else hidden in this as well. It's important to note that these vehicles are randomly. Some of these vehicles are randomly changed as well. The first time I had a look at this, that Ford F-150 was actually another Chevy Bison, and that Western Star was the Ford semi-truck, and there was another Ford semi-truck somewhere over here as well, I think. The skidder, that was there before, so that hasn't changed. So yeah, it should be interesting to see whether the rest of the vehicles that spawn in, because there are a couple more that are hidden away, be interesting to see if they are randomly generated and they change to my first attempt at this as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Chevy Bison first of all. We're going to go and tag all of the watch points. So we've got one there that we want to tag, one there, then we've got one in there, and then lastly we've got that one there as well. So put some rough kind of coordinates down as to where those watch points are, and what we're going to do is fire up the Chevy Blazer, which sounds fantastic, and go for a little drive. And you may notice as well, we have a beard. Our character's been given a bit of a makeover, so we've got this sort of red plaid shirt there with a cap and a big beefy lumberjack beard, a big man beard. Which pleases me because I have a big man beard and I get to actually have that for my character, which is pretty awesome. So this truck is actually a lot of fun to drive around in, this the Chevy Blazer. It's pretty pokey when you're opening it up on the main roads here. It can go pretty fast, although if you go too fast you will skid out of control and kind of lose it a little bit. The engine noise on it is absolutely brilliant. I love the engine noise on this thing. And the map is a lot more vibrant than we're used to seeing with the previous kind of base game content. Yeah, they did kind of add a little bit more colour into a couple of the free DLCs that we got. But this one is really a lot more vibrant. It still has that kind of pastel faded look that we're used to seeing. And there you can see there's that bridge. Not quite sure why on the map that is given that really weird kind of blocked texture like that. Maybe it's an attempt to try and signify that there's a bridge there. I don't know. I mean, I think they could have actually made that look better on the minimap, but it's a small little thing. But this is a map that has so much more character to it than we're used to seeing on previous ones. There's our little Ford F-150. I haven't had the chance to drive around in one of these yet. So I'll tell you what, I'm toying with the idea of actually swapping into the Ford F-150. We'll stick with the Blazer for now. We can always come back and we can jump into the F-150 a little bit later. Here's one of our fuel points here, and these are actual gas stations rather than just a big fuel tank, you know, off the side of the road. We actually get these proper. I don't have any attachments on this, do I? We do have these proper sort of gas stations, which is a nice touch. I like that. And lots of signposts on the main road as well. You know, some that'll warn of the potential to get beached if you're carrying a truck with a semi. I haven't actually been beached yet, but they're warning you it is a possibility. You get speed limit changes, you get warnings of rock slides, warnings of moose on the road as well. Here's a moose sign coming up, actually. Moose crossing. I haven't seen any moose in the game yet, and I doubt we will, if I'm honest, but I like the concept of just driving along and suddenly a random moose just appears. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be a nice little touch if that was the case. And our first checkpoint, our first watch point is just there, just the other side of this barrier. So we're going to swing around here. We're going to engage a low gear. Four-wheel drive on. Make our way over these branches if we can. There we go. And we need to kind of make our way to the beach. And then around, and the beach here is very soft, so if you attack this at high revs you are just going to spin your wheels and create huge ruts, as you can see. So you really do need to kind of crawl your way through the beach. Maybe not that slow, but I wouldn't recommend going faster than sort of mid-gear like that. See, we are leaving some pretty deep ruts just driving along this sand. And there it is, there's our first watchtower there. Let's make our way over these little bits of rock. Like I say, I do love the engine noise of the Chevy Blazer, even when it's in a low range like this and just idling, or just slowly, quietly ticking over. It just sounds great. I mean, I've got my headphones on to really appreciate the noise of this. And I do love that engine noise. Really nice. Right, so we're going to try and regain the main road, and we're going to do that by kind of going as the crow flies a little bit. So rather than make our way back, we're going to do a little bit of off-roading through here. So we kind of climb this hill, try and get back to the road in a more straight line kind of manner. We're going to fight our way up this hill. There's no path here, this is me just winging it in terms of a direction. And once we get to the other side of this ridge, a bit further along, should see the main road again and rejoin our way down there. Ah, we're stuck. Slightly different route around. There's two different trees there that kind of interlock each other and cause a bit of an obstacle. And there's the road. So we've taken a little bit of a shortcut. And there we go, we're back on the main road again. So let's pop it back in automatic, turn off four-wheel drive, and open her up again. The moose crossing sign. You can hear that big engine just spluttering away, and that sounds great. We do have some of these water hazards here as well. Now, there is obviously a little diversion here. We can go to the side, or we can try and go straight through. I always like to try and go through the big puddles if I can, but again, we want a low gear on this. We don't want to charge our way through. And get completely stuck. Let's turn all-wheel drive on. A little bit more speed if we can. And there's absolutely no way one of our trucks will be able to make it through here. You know, the ones that are not suited for off-road work, there's no way they would make it through there at all. Well, not without some severe luck. You can see how much colour and vibrancy there is in this. I mean, we're so used to seeing really washed out colours, and it's still a little bit washed out. You know, that's kind of the trademark look for this game, but there's so much more vibrancy in the colour at the same time as well. You know, all these different shades of much brighter green that we're used to seeing. This game looks so pretty with these new maps, it really does. And the vehicles are really nicely represented as well. The risk of getting bottomed out if we're not careful. Another water over road little hazard just here, and you can see we actually have a little side road that goes down there. Well, I say side road, that's actually the other half of the loop. Now if we'll be coming back that way in a moment, but if we carry on this way, this is where our garage is. So I want to go this way, and around the back the loop kind of comes back around and comes out back by the bridge again. This is amazing little path that I had to traverse. I went the other way, and it's an uphill climb the other way, so I'm looking forward to trying it downhill in this truck this time, because last time I tried it I did it in the Western Star, and it's kind of fun. So there's our garage. Obviously we don't have any garage points with us, so we can't unlock this yet, but here is the little side road that I want to take. I'm going to drop it into a lower gear. I'm actually going to go to first person for this. This is kind of like a treacherous little mountain path that goes around the side. Oh wow, we are really stuck already. There we go. Add a little bit of grunt and we're through. So this path is a really, really picturesque little route down here. So I did this coming uphill in a Western Star truck when I was having my first kind of little explore on this, just to have get the feel of the new vehicles and the new map. Kind of get my my head back in the game again, because I haven't played the game since I got my platinum trophy. You know, not really. Let's get some lights on. The mud is really thick here. And look how picturesque this is. It's kind of a little road that crawls around the side of this rock mountain here. Very, very pretty, and again, we don't want to be in a high gear or even full first gear, because the mud is so thick, so soft, that we'll just end up creating huge ruts and spinning our wheels. So controlling the revs is definitely something you need to do on this route, at least with this vehicle anyway. Maybe something with a bit more horsepower, a bit more torque, will be able to take that much more comfortably. And again, you see, the second I increase the revs, the wheels just start spinning. Keeping it controlled. It's a great little path, that, but there's no way an off-road truck, well, sorry, a non-off-road truck would make it up that hill. No way in the world. It's just too steep a gradient with no traction at all would just be an absolute nightmare combination. But it's a fun little route to explore, and it's a lot of fun going up that route as well, so I highly recommend you check that out when you get onto this map, is to actually come to this point here where it goes by the bridge and then go up that road instead of going down the way I did. It's a lot more fun. Right, so our second waypoint is just beyond, there it is, just beyond the trees. So we're going to use this little access point just here. There's a very soft, boggy entrance just here, and then once we're through that, the road actually firms up quite a bit. So it's nice and comfortable. Just keep div lock on for a second to get us through there. And there we go. Nice, comfortable, solid-ish kind of road through here. And if we open the mini-map, that should take us back sort of along the river. We're here. It kind of brings us back along here, follow it round, and we can get to the lumber mills that way if we wanted to go off-road. So it's a nice alternative route there as well if you're having issues delivering stuff on the main road. Let's see, can I turn around by reversing? Yes, there we go. Back to the main road. We're going to go and tag those other watch points. Drop the gear range down a little bit. That's it. Very kind of boggy around here. This entrance way here, so it can risk getting stuck through here if you're not careful. The mud really is very, very thick and very, very soft. I think we might possibly be wedged. Try backing out a bit. Try dropping down to an even lower range if I can. See if that helps. It's like something our back wheels are just caught on. I don't know if we're wedged on a log or a stone or something. See if I can get onto the grass. Struggling to find any kind of real purchase at the moment. Adding extra revs is not really helping us at all, it's just sinking us a little bit deeper. I don't want to use the winch if I can help it, but I think we might have to. Trying to edge my way forward. Yeah, we're just not moving, our rear wheels are wedged on something. Alright, let's have one more attempt at this. Let's go out to the side a bit more this time. There we go. Making our way through. Now we've got a little bit of solid ground on a couple of the wheels for purchase. Excellent stuff. Right. Diff lock off. All-wheel drive off. Slap it back into automatic and off we go across this bridge. Does this have that same crossing kind of texture? Yeah, again, you can see we've got that kind of very strange kind of look. I mean, yeah, I'm not quite sure why it has to look like that. I think maybe it's just because it's trying to model the girders, perhaps. Maybe that's why we've got those very high kind of peaks. And we do... I just killed the truck. I just killed the truck. Well, that wasn't very clever. Okay. Well, this gives us the perfect opportunity to try out the F-150. And what do we got on this in terms of extra stuff? We've got a roof trunk, which adds extra fuel. We do have some damage already. You can see a big bit of damage on the bonnet there. Oh, very different sounding engine. Let's fill up, and we'll fill up the roof trunk as well, just in case we need it. So what we'll do here is... Where are we now? We're there. We'll actually cut through here, and we'll take this road here, going across, and cut through that way. I think that's going to be the best way to try this. So let me get rid of that checkpoint. There we go. So this is my first time driving the F-150. See how it handles. Feels alright. Vehicles over 40 foot prohibited. Ah. Interesting. We've got a little bridge here. I think we've got another truck parked up in front of us. To load here. Yeah, there's a truck in front of us, look. I wonder what we've got this time. Is that our Western Star? Oh, it's a Bison. Another Chevy Bison. So that's random, because again, that was a Ford last time I came through here. It was a Ford truck. So, yeah, it definitely seems to randomise some of the vehicles there. It's actually got a long log trailer on it. So, this is where we are now. I'm just going to follow this road basically all the way through here to the watch point. That'll open up these scavenger points, and then we'll head over, tag the final waypoint over there, and see what we can see. See if we can find any of the vehicles. We know there's a Western Star on the other side of the swamp. Sort of to the west as well, so we may well tag that on the way. So I have to say I much prefer the noise from the Chevy Blazer over the F-150. There's our watch point now. That one's going to be quite tough to get to. I wonder. I don't think I'll be able to make it up the hill with this. Try. Definitely a few rocks and logs around that could cause us some issues. Get the diff lock on. Close. We're really close. Oh, we did it. Excellent stuff. So if we just put the parking brake on, you can see that's opened this area up here. So what have we got in here? 4 short logs, 4 short logs, 3 medium logs. These ones are showing as empty. I may have to drive up to those to actually double check that, because those are the scavenger points and we need 8 points of logs per lumber mill. So the short logs, they're worth 3 each, so that's going to be 6. Those are going to be worth 4. So I don't have enough here to actually unlock. I'd have to use all 3 sets to unlock 1 log point. That can't be right. That's very strange. And again, the logs are different to the first time I had a quick look on this map. Yeah, we didn't have that selection of logs. I had some short logs, some medium logs, and some long logs. Yeah, 1 set of each that I could see. Didn't actually go down to the ones that are showing us empty and physically explore them, but I think that's something we're going to have to do. Swing the camera back around so we can see where we're going. Nice little bridge just there. Got to be careful we don't put our wheels over the right hand side, because then you go in for a tumble. Trying to get a bit more pace on this road if we can. Another one of those bridges. So I'm just going to follow this road wherever it takes me, which should take me, I think, to our other truck and the main road. There's our Western Star, I think. Yeah, there we go. There is the Western Star. That's actually a really good little truck to have a drive around in. That one's got a utility truck on the side of it there. That's kind of cool. Right, we need to go and get that final watchtower. And once we've done that, we'll head back to our starting point, grab the Chevy Bison, we'll load it with a utility trailer so we can get some garage points over. We'll go and unlock the garage, and then we'll start looking at getting some logs loaded. Yeah, just going to try and increase the revs a little bit. Stuff. Now let's put it into automatic. Yeah, it's not the most exciting engine note, this one. The Bison, the Blazer definitely has a much more aggressive and interesting engine noise to listen to. Feels a little bit kind of if I'm honest. Oh, we've got a Freightliner. And that one's also got some utility points on it as well by the look of it. Right, let's go tag that final watchtower, which should be pretty close. It. Struggling on this hill for some reason. There's some 4-wheel drive on there. Some speed up, there we go. Okay, so our objective, by the look of it, is just there. Yeah, there it is, look. So, how am I going to get up there? Let's see if we can get up this way. Drive. I'm assuming I've actually put this in the right location to mark it. We'll just check. No, I haven't. Okay, so I actually need to head that way. slightly. If I can just see the tower at the base of the top of those rocks. So the question is, can I get there? A couple of nasty little logs in the way here, creating a sort of a natural block point. See if I can go over the top of one of them. I've been trying to go through both of them at the same time. And I'm not even getting any purchase at all here. There we go. Lower range definitely helps. Kind of stuck. Yeah, we're not getting through this way. Not without using the winch, and I don't really want to winch if I can help it. Become too reliant on the winch in the past. I'd rather try and do this without winching if I can. Just more of a challenge. So instead, let's go around the other side. See if it's an easier way up around here. Maybe a shallower angle. Hard to see at night where's a good place to make our approach. That is not it. Oh, I've rolled it. So that's 2 vehicles I've broken now. I can't use the winch while I'm like this. Yeah, that did not go well at all. Oh dear. So I've killed both of my starting vehicles. That's terrible. All right, so we'll go back to the Bison, which is where we start, and we need the utility trailer. Is it? No, the utility semi. That's what I want. Although, having said that, let's take a look at the ones we've unlocked. So we had the Western Star. That's got a utility attachment, so that'll have 2 garage points in it, I believe. And what was the other one? It was the Freightliner, wasn't it? That also has a utility attachment. So I think between the 2 of them, if I just check back at the Bison, utility attachment carries 2 garage points. So we've already got the garage points that we need. They're already out in the field, so let's just take those over to the garage. So, where are we? We are there. And the garage is up there. Okay, so we need to kind of follow this road around here, up to the main road, then turn left. Now, this is our kind of all-purpose truck. So this is quite comfortable off-road. It's the only one of the trucks that is. The other trucks are all kind of tarmac monsters and not really built for off-roading in any way, shape or form. Which is a bit of a shame, I think, you know, the fact that we've got, you know, what, 3 trucks or 4 trucks and 3 of them we can't take off-road. I think that's a bit of a shame. Well, I suppose you could take them off-road if you really wanted to. That might be the ultimate challenge, is trying to take those off-road and see what happens. Can you imagine trying to do something like Deluge with a truck that is not suited for off-road work? That would just be an absolute living nightmare. That would be like the most hardcore of hardcore challenges you could possibly come up with. We'll be getting reasonably close to the bridge. It's a shame it's night time, because I would seriously consider taking this up the mountain path I showed you, there is our very dead Chevy Blazer. I suppose I could try and pull it back. I have to literally yank, tow the thing, because it's not going to start. It's freewheeling, which is a good thing, I suppose. Let's shorten the tow distance. So let's release that. There we go. So that should make it a little bit easier to control. And we'll tow this back to the garage so that once the garage is up and running, it'll automatically fix it. Now there is that little mountain path that we took. You know what, let's do it. Let's do it while we're towing a vehicle as well. To be really reckless. Get it in first. Just make our way up this path. It looks a lot more intimidating. It looks a lot more intimidating going up this path at night than it does going down it in the day. It really does. Especially when you're in a much bigger vehicle like this, much wider vehicle where you know that one false move and you could end up going down a ravine into the river. The road certainly gets quite narrow in this truck through this little section just here. Just trying to get our way through this thick mud. We kind of rutted it up a little bit as we came down here in the Bison. But this truck can manage it. This is, as I say, this is the of the 4 trucks that we get in this game. With this expansion, this is the off-road one. This is the one that is comfortable enough in the mud. Because the other ones, you've got the Bison from Chevy, you've got the Ford, and you've got the Freightliner, and those, they're not so much, they're not so comfortable on anything other than tarmac. And you'll see that when we get to some of those sort of water on road obstacles, they lose traction ridiculously quickly when it gets a little bit of mud on the road. There we go. We have successfully negotiated the path. We've delivered our first garage points, and we have recovered our completely destroyed Chevy Blazer as well. So not a bad little little run there. So let's unload those garage points. There we go. So now we need the other truck, which is the FLD 120. And where are we here? Ah, just around the corner from where our Ford F-150 is. So, tell you what. Let's go winch the F-150 back onto its main wheels. Then we can try and get that watch point, and once we've done that, then we can sort of convoy the way back to the garage, get the garage unlocked and get the Blazer repaired. Because there's nothing wrong with the F-150, it's just on its roof, it's upside down, so the engine won't start, which is why we can't winch it ourselves. But this, we can use the winch on this to just flip it back onto its wheels again, in theory. Release. Now winch it to the top there. There we go. Awesome stuff. So, Let's parking brake this, stop the engine. We'll switch back into the F-150 and we'll have another go at getting that watchtower there. That's the most impressive noise that this F-150 makes, is when you switch it on. And then it just becomes a bit... Bleh. But firing the engine up for the first time actually is a really nice little sound there. No, it's still too steep. There is a skidder that we could go and get, but I'm to see if I can get it in one of these exploration vehicles, if at all possible. I don't really want a winch, but I think I might have to. Well, we are getting up there slowly. We were making a bit of progress. Yeah, now we're just stuck in a mud rut. Help. Really low ranging it. No is the answer. Alright, let's winch ourselves up a little bit. We are approaching this from completely the wrong angle. Okay, let's... Can I even get back down to the main road now? Barely. So, where is going to be a good place to climb up? Maybe just here. A few less trees to negotiate. Okay, we're up. Roll back a little bit. Push my way through. Ah, yeah, here we go. This should do it. Now, this is the only bit I'm a bit concerned about. It's a bit steep here. Come on, little truck. Come on, little truck. There we go. We made it. So, we need to get our way back down again. This is the route we should have just tried to come up, look. This would have been so much easier. Although we do have that log there. Probably would have given us a little bit of an issue. There we go. So let's convoy our way over to the garage and get the garage unlocked. There we go. So I want the Freightliner. I need to turn this around now. This could be interesting, trying to get this turned around here. It's got a nice engine. I cannot see anywhere where I could potentially turn this thing around. Well, maybe here. I'm lucky. Ooh. Rough. No, that's it. It's wedged. It doesn't want to move. Oh dear. This thing does not like off-roading in the slightest. There's got to be somewhere where I can turn this around though. Looks like it flattens out a little bit over here as we get around this corner. That'll give us a location to perhaps. Let's try here. No, we just mounted a barrier. Oh. This is perilous. Low gear's not going to help me. No, I'm going to have to resort to winching again. Really got myself well and truly wedged here. There we go. With the help of the winch, I'm able to sort of bring myself back around. So we need to bring the 150 back close enough that we can get that hooked up in convoy. There we go. That should do it. Winched up. And off we go. It's actually very blue in this interior. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to just be black everywhere, like it usually is. Same lack of detail that we get on the interior that we're used to seeing everywhere. I can actually make out some kind of very sort of mushy controls and a CD radio of some kind there as well. It's a little bit more detail than I'm used to being able to pick out in some of these things actually. See what I mean about the no traction in the mud? Just gets those wheels just slightly on there and it just becomes really, really awful to control. No speed, no power, no pace, nothing, no traction. Once we get back onto the tarmac, it is a road munching monster. So like I said, I mean, I like the concept of having these trucks that are not suited for off-roading, but I think having, with 4 trucks and 3 of them can't go off-road, I think that's perhaps a little extreme. It would have been nice if it was a 2 and 2 balance, but I suppose it depends on what you've got with the available licenses. I have to say I'm a little surprised and perhaps a little disappointed that there's no Oshkosh equipment in this. I mean, they make trucks that are perfectly designed for this kind of environment. I'm amazed that, I don't know if they never tried going for those particular brands or if they just never thought about them, but it would have been nice to see some Oshkosh stuff officially licensed in the game. Who knows, maybe a future expansion will get Oshkosh. There we go, over the bridge. There's the dirt road. We're not taking that with this truck because it'll take us an eternity to get up there, if we can even make it up there. Instead, we'll hit this mud patch just here. Fight our way around the corner. Go. And get to our garage at the top of the hill. A little bit of damage, but we're okay. So there we go. Trucks brought to point. Garage unlocked. All the watch points are unlocked. And we have to go out and find enough logs. And as you can see, at the moment we just don't have enough. So maybe these ones will refill. I don't know. But just looking at what we've got here, we don't have enough logs to complete this mission. So going to be very interesting to see how this is going to shake out. We will start loading logs and making our way over to the lumber mill with the next episode. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more American Wilds here on Spintires Mudrunner very soon.